Hey guys, James Wolf here, and today's another episode of 80 Days, Season 2. This is Season 2, Episode 2. Right now what we're currently doing is I believe we're looking through the market. I honestly, if I was looking at a map, couldn't tell you where Nice was. I can tell you it's next to Italy, but other than that, I can't really tell you where Nice is. I think... I think we're in Spain. Yeah, I believe we're in Spain, maybe Italy, maybe maybe right near the border of Spain and Italy. Oh, swelling music, yay. I think we're gonna be heading to Rome because ship. Plus it's $2 cheaper. It's $2 cheaper. It would not appear we can go. It would appear we cannot go this way today. It's $2 cheaper. We're taking this way. We'll pass the night here. I don't want to sell the rifle because I kind of, with what remained of today, I buffed and shown my master's pocket watch. I buffed and showed my master's pocket watch, and my character is now dependable. You seem quite a handy man. I believe the game is broken. Yeah. Let's go to Rome because it's $2 cheaper. Nice 11 hearts and mild seas. This promised to be a bothersome option. Come on. We boarded the Blue Line ferry, named after the successful train line through France. Maybe in the south of France. And found a place on its crowded stern to wave the port as we departed. Why do people stand at the back of the boat and not the front when it is departing? And or why do people stand at the back of the boat when it is departing and not the front? I asked my companion, a young woman named Estelle, whom I had bumped into while holding our cases up the ramp. She smiled sweetly. I think, she answered in a gentle, slightly lisping tone, it is because of what happens should you fall off. Yeah, watch the guy and point and laugh, going, ha 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 ha, he fell off. Drink. I looked over the rail at the sea. Ah, you are most likely right, I answered, though. I would prefer the outward-looking view. You are an explorer, she replied. I try not to be. She nodded, but seemed disappointed by my answer. I want to be an explorer, she said. Imagine the whole world stretching out beneath your feet. Who knows what secrets it holds? Give me good food and a cognac, and I am happy. People the same in most places. But places are not the same. She shot back irritably. Good day, monsieur. Your character's not sharp. Read the news. Oda Fisher expected, rumored, for North Pole. Oh. So, it takes 2 days. Mademoiselle Estelle met me in the restaurant, taking the seat opposite. I had worked it out. I have worked it out, she announced cheerfully. I'm glad to hear it, I replied, feigning understanding. She narrowed her eyes at me. Well, perhaps you will be, she said. That depends on whether you would rather remain anonymous. And she winked. I was taken aback. Perhaps she had seen me during my day in the circus as a youth. Had we caused such a stir on our journey so far? I could not fathom. It seemed most unlikely. She pulled out a copy of The Times. Here! She cried, folding it and lifting it to my attention. To my astonishment, it was a headline about our journey. Phileas Fogg's attempts around the world adventure. I must have colored as she pointed a finger. I knew it was you, giddy with her discovery. She punched me on the arm. What an exciting adventure! Travel is most thrilling, I agreed. Especially now for me, she replied. Fancy me meeting Phileas Fogg himself. I paused. But she interrupted. You're more dashing than the story. So Mademoiselle, I am not Phileas Fogg. Of course, I understand. She tapped the side of her nose and then triumphantly made to get up. I am sure you're in a hurry, so I won't keep you. I have nowhere to be, I told her with gleaming eyes. She folded her hands and moved to sit beside me, saying nothing more. Enjoying, I fear, the most simple experience of being starstruck. So she thought I, Pespetia, was Phileas Fogg. Oh, Christ. We arrived in Rome the next day, and I began to unload our case when the captain stopped me. New regulations, he insisted, ordered by the new Italian regime. I waved my hand for him to continue. You're traveling from England? Then you are required to sign this disclosure of artificers' materials. He produced a long roll of paper, which I began to look over when young Mademoiselle Estelle appeared. Monsieur Fogg! She cried. Mademoiselle, you wish to meet Monsieur Fogg? I said sympathetically. Here he is. She thought for a moment, then grinned. Oh, I understand. Very good. Mademoiselle, a most excellent disguise, monsieur. Very clever. Then she chuckled to herself, stretching up to peck on the cheek and hurried to peck me on the cheek, and then hurried away. Monsieur Fogg glanced at me. And I completed the forms, handing them back, and hurried away down the ramp. Just. I'll explain later, monsieur. that's what I'd say. It's like, I'll explain later. Marble bust. Helsinki. Zoetrope. A zoetrope on a well-oiled Spindle that when spun begins to ballerina dancing in vivacious life. Budapest. I can't purchase another fucking suitcase here. What the fuck? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Am I gonna literally be stuck with one fucking suitcase? I can go to Athens. I was tossed a coin. I was tossing a coin into the water of the Trevi Fountain when the marched into the square with their distinctive fast jog and began rounding everyone up. Don't try and slip away. I held my hands up. I had no desire to test the resolve of the soldiers. In any case, there were too many of them to avoid. A lanky man with only the sparse beginnings of a mustache gestured at me with his rifle. So I moved, since the rifle was attached to his shoulder in place of an arm. Perhaps it might fire as easily as a normal man might make a gesture. Just then someone jostled me from behind, and I turned to see a figure in gray reaching into my pocket and then tossing out a grenade. I am no fool, I ran for my life. It is the Zuaev. An equally fleet-footed woman declared. They hate the Skaula for what they have done to the young people. I did not know what she meant until she tapped her shoulder, then pointed at the blue-eyed augmented soldier I had met earlier. I slowed to a walk, and then made my way back to Mr. Falk. I kept my eyes down and did not look at the people, not wanting to see what had been done to them in the name of progress. Perhaps Rome is the future? I confess, I do not know. Depart? When does the thing that... Oh, that's Venice. I don't want to go to Venice. I want to go to Athens. Tomorrow, 9 a.m. Can I not? I can't just purchase another suitcase. What the fuck? What, is there a certain cutoff to where I can purchase? No. Get a hotel for the night. Let's see if I can purchase one today. As night fell, oh, Jesus. Let's go to the market, see if I can purchase another suitcase. I cannot. Fuck. Then I guess we're leaving to Athens with only one fucking suitcase. Fuck you. Fuck you. High winds. This looks like a bothersome option. Hopefully in Athens I can purchase a second suitcase, because if I gotta go the entire fucking journey with only one suitcase, Icarus. I'm guessing the name of this ship. We board a commercial passenger airship in one of Rome's many docks. The stowing of luggage was handled by lines of figures with hooks and extendable poles fitted to their arms. However, they also did a good job, and we were all within the cabin of the craft within a few hours, and the ship itself was tugging at its docking ropes after an hour so more. Tend Monsieur Folk. I didn't see how long this journey takes. I guess I should have. Probably about 2 days. Yeah, about 2 days. The trip was long and somewhat slow. Mr. Fogg was quite indifferent to it all. He peered through the window and nodded. Onwards and upwards, he declared. The airship crossed Italy, and we were approached by one of the cabin staff, a middle-aged lady whose serving tray was joined to her left hip. Coffee, she asked, or would you prefer a presse? I asked her for a coffee, and to my horror, she unscrewed the top of her left thumb and poured thick, hot coffee into a mug directly. I was open-mouthed and smiled. Milk? Yeah, I'll drink it black. Black, thank you, I answered quickly, dreading to think where the milk might be served from. She handed over the cup, and I sipped it. It was, I confessed, rather good. Yeah, it's probably a 2-day journey. Actually, it is a 2-day journey, I can see right now. Around 6, we'll get a notification. Oh no, I don't wanna. I am at your service, Monsieur Fogg. Pitié. Health. How are you feeling, monsieur? I am in roaring health, but we must make haste. Woolen trousers. I will crease your trousers for you. Thank you, Presbytier. That will make me very comfortable. The journey will be most expensive, monsieur. Monsieur. Indeed, but we can earn a little from buying and selling our possessions as we travel. Very good, sir. We should get in by 11. What did I tell you? The Aragon below sparked. The Argon, or Aragon below sparkled like a diamond-covered cloth. Even from this great height, we could see that the ferry boat plying their trade below and forth across the water. Back and forth across the water. Will airships remove the need for sea travel? I mused to the man next to me, a short Greek fellow with thick spectacles, who tutted with concern. I hope not, he answered, since boats are my livelihood. Putting out his hand, he introduced himself as Dmitri Sophos, owner of a shipping freight company that ran goods between Greece and North Africa. I inquired into departures, and he was happy to provide me with a pamphlet outlining the routes and timings. The one of most interest was a sailing to Cairo, which was leaving tomorrow. I took it to my master directly, and he nodded with deep satisfaction. Yes, that would certainly be a possibility, he declared, then reclined back, happy to sleep until we docked. Actually, the pamphlet should give us the second suitcase we need. Holy shit. Antalya, Beirut, Alexandria, and noon. Yay! We got the second suitcase. Finally. Bust of Apollo. Dates and figs. Oh, it was a single pound. Of interest to feminine and posh types. Okay, let's go exploring. See what there is to find. And then after this, I'm going to end the episode because I really don't want them running too long like the last ones did. My master was not, as a rule, particularly interested in the fabulous locales and exotic cities we journeyed through. Athens was the exception that proved the rule. His sudden interest was not limited to the city. He fixed me with a look. Do you speak Greek? I had spent a glorious summer with a Greek contortionist. I did, though I will not go into the circumstances. Of how exactly I came to learn the tongue here. Repeating a few of the phrases I had, shall we say, picked up. Mr. Fogg blushed vermiliously. Blushed vermilion. That, Pespartier, he cleared his throat, is a very specialist vocabulary. Despite my master's grasp of ancient Greek, the Demotic variant more commonly spoken on the street eluded him. We are reduced to asking for directions through a combination of mime, boy, and quotations from Homer, my master, and half from my remembered flattery. We picked our way through the labyrinth streets of Palaka and up to the Acropolis. I gazed at the Pantheon's columns. It was a magnificent sight even in ruins. I could only imagine how it might have looked 2,000 years ago. The jewel in the crown of the Athens Empire. We observed in silence. I felt no need to put any words to the Pantheon's wonder, and Monsieur Fogg quite clearly shared my feelings. Hurry, Pespartier, don't drop those cases. Okay, I think I'm going to leave this episode off here because I really don't want them running too long, unfortunately, like the last ones did. So, yeah. I don't know if I'm going to take a small break from the series tomorrow with some... My headphone fell out. I don't know if I'm going to take a small break from this series and just do something different, maybe like Don't Starve or something like that, just to break up the monotony of 80 days. But I guess we'll see. But yeah, for right now, I'm going to leave this episode off here. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. It helps me out more than you guys will ever know. It's also free. It's also easy. Please consider subscribing if you like my videos and like what I do. It's also free. It's also easy, and it also helps me out more than you guys will ever realize. I like hearing from you guys in the comment section down below, not the description, in the comment section. And I do try to reply to everyone. No one's really been in the comment section, so I kind of don't really reply to anyone because I don't have anyone to reply to. But yeah, so I guess I shall see you guys all later. Have a great one today. Bye-bye.